Welcome to Muslim Apologetics Australia. The Atheist Republic uploaded a review debate of Daniel Hakikator and Harris Sultan's debate. They've got a guest on there called Susanna. She supports the ex-Muslim movement. She appears on their shows many times, and she goes against Harris Sultan. Have a listen to this.
So if you want more of like a criticism of this from a rhetorician point of view or from a strategic point of view, go watch Armin's debate analysis, or there are other people who have a similar criticism of Sultan's debate tactic in that opening statement, mainly that it was one giant ad hominem. Honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed with the ex-Muslims who have analyzed this thing with that I have seen, because I'm very busy right now. I don't have enough time to go analyze everything that everyone is saying online. I can't believe no one has specifically called out Harris for flinging in Daniel's face his familial tragedy. That is unexcusable to me. Okay, it's one thing, like, there's standard ad hominems. Like, I was kind of expecting that. It gets that way with these Muslim debates, especially with the men. Like, no offense, it just gets that way. But to take possibly the single most tragic event in someone's life and to publicly throw it in their face in a public setting and then use that to say, this is why you're like Stalin. This is why you're like the big H guy from World War II that I'm not going to say because I don't want this video to be deprioritized to hell. Okay. It's so viscerally disgusting. It made me see red, because within doing that, within the context of saying this is why you don't have empathy. The utter lack of compassion to take something, and I'm not going to talk about what it is because I have more respect for Daniel as a human being, just simply as a human being who deserves decency. I'm not going to get into what it is, and I would appreciate if people in the comments and the live chat don't discuss what it is, because it's not relevant. But taking something that his family is likely going to grieve for the rest of their life and throwing it in his face like that and in acid to malign his character is horrific and disgusting. And I can't believe no one is appropriately talking about and calling that out as such. And here in the ex-Muslim community, which I'm not an ex-Muslim, but I consider myself a part of it because I'm very involved and I care about it. We often go, I can't believe, they came after apostate prophet's wife like that, Abdullah Samir's wife like that, Abdul Gondal's wife like that. I can't believe Hindutva did what they did to me, to Armin, to so many people. We criticize their dehumanizing, vitriolic, vindictive behavior. And then to see a major ex-Muslim do that to someone in public when it's completely irrelevant to the topic being debated at hand, it made me really upset. Because I don't like to see people treated like that. And I don't like Daniel's opinions. And there are going to be people who I'm not even like really interested in right now and putting on the asterisks on my statement and saying, oh, well, I disagree with Daniel on this, and this doesn't mean I agree with him. I'm not even going to do all that right now because it's irrelevant. I really feel like it was a horrible thing to do, and I'm bothered that people are specifically calling out that. The rest of the ad hominems and stuff, like, people are talking about it in general. But we need it. It really made me angry.
That's really great to hear her say that. I mean, it just goes to show that at least there's someone who has a bit of decency among these people who can actually call this out, who has the courage to call this out. And I think Harris Sultan is going to really now go after Susanna for getting embarrassed like this, because she's really embarrassing him now publicly. Great courage to her, and well done for calling this out. Well done. Honestly, I'm surprised. Again, I say well done. But it gets a bit more interesting. Let's have a listen here.
And there are going to be people who are like, Susanna, Harris is your friend. Why don't you tell this to him privately or personally? Well, this happened publicly. I feel like I should address it publicly. Because no one else is calling out that specific incident in the way that I feel like it deserves. To me, that was like throwing acid in his face in that moment. To take that horrific tragedy in his life and fling it in his face and say, this is why you're a bad person. There are a few things that could be more offensive and hurtful than that. He's the guy saying, I think people are okay with it because of Daniel's past behavior, that he deserves it and so on. They shouldn't.
Yeah, especially given that his family wasn't involved in any of this, so you don't want to drag them in. No.
It's unacceptable.
All right.
I don't care what Daniel's opinions is. No one deserved what Harris did to Daniel in that moment.
Okay, so this is where it gets even more interesting. Armin, who is Atheist Republic's owner, he tries to tell Susanna that, besides the point where Harris Sultan done an error and a mistake and bad behaviour, besides that, he reckons that the debate overall went really good. In other words, Harris pretty much kind of won the debate. But Susanna disagrees to this. She says she didn't even like the rest of the debate. Have a listen.
His two openings were not so good, but overall, I think, excluding that, it was good. I think. Well, and I go into.
I didn't like the rest of it, actually, at all.
I think. Okay. Well, I'm
She's cute, man. she's like, I didn't like the rest of it.
I am reviewing this debate.
People actually bringing up the specifics of what's wrong in Sharia was actually people from the Q&A.
Wait, what?
Well, because I know we can't analyze the whole debate right now.
Okay, so what Susanna is saying is basically people in the Q&A done a better job than Harris Sultan did.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, let's get to Patreon questions. Guys,
Anyway, guys, let's just change the subject now. Let's not talk about this anymore. Allahu Akbar.